Hey, so Bill Davis here, your East Bay Realtor, sitting here with Ricardo Ramos, and we wanted to let you guys know this coronavirus has a lot of people panicking and going crazy, but we wanted to just kind of let you guys know what the facts are, what's going on in the market as of today. I mean, we're day 3 of the quarantine, shelter in place. Shelter in place has went into effect for the state of California, and it's made some changes, of course, in the real estate market. So we have Ricardo Ramos here with Platinum Home Mortgage. He's been in the industry for over 36 years, and he's seen, this isn't his first time going through things like this. So,
Major crisis.
Yeah. So what's going on in the market right now?
Well, at first, we hope it is going to be a short problem, and we hope that first, I hope everybody's fine. I hope that you are not being attacked by coronavirus. I hope that your health, number 1, take care of your health. Number 2, take care of your health. Number 3, take care of your health.
Always.
And your close friends and family and everything. That's the most important thing. Then the other thing that I really wanted to think is in regard with the finances. It's too soon to think about things that are happening. Number 1, if we have the same situation that happened in China is already recovering.
Yeah.
So it may be 3-4 months of a crisis. It may not be a major crisis.
For a long time.
For a long time.
It could just be a short time.
Yes, so it depends on how the government behaves. I'm very glad that we're having the quarantine. I think that's really helping. I think that is solving the issue. It's saying, stop it, no more contamination, and then we can look for the future.
Yeah.
So don't make financial decisions based on something that can be very short term. But start thinking and looking for opportunities.
If you're able to.
If you are able to. And that depends, because, for example, one opportunity is people will refinance doing cash out if you still have a job.
Yeah.
If you don't have a job, you may not be able to do that.
Because the values are still there.
Yes.
So,
So that's a great opportunity right now. So you can go ahead and multiply it, look at what opportunities may come in the next couple of years, and also have reserves just in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
Now, we have to understand that in the next couple of days, we're going to hear some extremely good news for many of us, I hope. And the government is spending $1 trillion to go ahead and try to save the situation. Among those things is there could be a deferment of 12 months of house payment. So at least if you are a homeowner, you may have the advantage that you cannot, if you lose your job, you may not need to make a payment for 12 months. Maybe it's not going to be free, maybe it's going to be put as an add-on at the end of the loan, but still, you have that opportunity.
So even if you purchased a home, let's say within the next month or 2, and then you do end up losing your job, there's an opportunity to where they won't have to make a payment because they'll be falling in line with that?
That's one of the things, and we want to wait and see what happens. So a lot of people are trying to make decisions on what they think is going to happen.
And that's worst case scenario.
Yes, but we have to go ahead and think.
We don't want you to lose your job, just in case.
Just in case you lose your job, there is that opportunity. Also, I understand they are part of the bill is going to go ahead and pay $1,000 per adult and $500 per kid for every family.
Yeah.
Up to certain income. We do not know exactly what is the amount of the income that is being discussed. A lot of people tell me, okay, what am I going to do? Who am I supposed to contact today for my house payment in April 1st? I think that by April 1st, maybe most likely by April 27, 28, we're going to hear what is going to be the plan. If they come to me, I cannot tell them because right now, yes, there are some plans already. If you have a major problem, you can go ahead and call your lender and they can do a plan the way it used to be done.
Yeah.
But that's kind of an exceptional. They may do it for 2-3 months. Let's wait to see what comes out of this plan.
From the actual government and what they're telling the lenders to do.
Yes, and that would be really good. But right now, if you look at what is happening, there is a run for quality and a run for cash. The reason everybody sold investments and the reason we had the problems in the bond market is because everybody wants cash. So the opportunity of being able to refinance right now and be ready for whatever happens is doing a cash out refinance.
Yeah.
And the reason is very simple. If the market recovers really rapidly, like the China style, then you can still buy investment properties.
Yeah.
And they are going to be good rent, and 3 months, 6 months from now, you're going to be able to utilize it to go ahead and buy that investment. If the situation is worse than that, you have a cushion. And if you need money for 1 year, You have that cushion, you have those reserves. Well, let's say that really the situation gets really, really bad, which I don't think, but assume it gets really bad. Well, you might be able to buy lower price homes.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, cash is king at this moment.
Yeah.
So if you are able to go ahead and get cash, keep it there. The interest is not very high; it's still very low, and you have to understand that the government is doing things to try to help. I think that this is one of the situations where we really are seeing the government in action.
Mm-hmm.
And in the same way that they are saying you cannot go out of your house, you are going to be sheltered in your house, the same situation is happening in the market. Today, they purchased loans, interest rates were supposed to be really low. They start climbing
Yeah.
really high. Well, what they did is they purchased $200 billion in loans, and prices came down.
Mm-hmm.
So they are throwing every possible instrument to go ahead and try to control the situation. I can tell you right now that the way the government is acting is very responsible. And again, it's everything. It's the central bank, it's the federal government, it's the state governments. I mean, when yesterday the governor came in and said, we're going to go ahead and declare the complete state under shelter.
Yeah, the entire state.
That was very good. Because that's what's happening. I mean, we don't want to get into a situation like Italy, where you have 600 deaths per
Yeah.
day. Okay.
Yeah.
So while we're to stay safe and think about it more long term, do not get too nervous. I was talking to a client. He was doing what is called the non-QM loans. Non-QM loans are loans based on bank statements, are loans based on IT, are different kinds of loans that do not fit the requirements, government requirements.
Yeah.
Well, basically, those loans, for the time being, they have been canceled. They have been suspended.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean they are not going to be there, but right now they are suspended because that's a market.
Yeah.
It's a market that is very nervous. But if you look for the opportunities in that market and try to go ahead and think very calmly, you don't have to get rid of your house immediately because you don't have to go ahead and be worried. I had a client that kept calling me and saying, Ricardo, I need to refinance. He just did a refi for 15 years.
Yeah.
Almost 4 months ago. And he got a good rate, 2.99.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't care the rate, I want to go back to 30 years again. And I said, no, wait, calm down, think about it. Let's say the government is going to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not your situation. There is plenty.
They're not going to give up on us.
Well, think about this. There are complete industries that are really being affected. Our
Yeah.
industry is not affected. Hospital industry is not affected. Supermarkets are not affected. Manufacturing, a lot of manufacturing is not affected.
There's just a few industries that are.
But entertainment industry is really affected.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's in the entertainment industry, they're going to need the support.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they are going to need a salary for the time being while they
Yeah.
recover. Because if the government is saying to the hotels, you cannot travel, well, they're
Yeah.
killing their business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a governmental order. I mean, people cannot travel because the government is saying so.
Yeah.
So basically, the government has to go ahead and help them.
Yeah.
Has to go ahead and help the airlines.
So
Has
what about first-time home buyers? So like if you're a first-time home buyer just now getting pre-approved, what do you think they should feel like, and how should they react to the market? Do you think it's still a good
low
time to buy?
end price homes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you are buying a low end price home and you are paying $2,500 in rent,
Mm-hmm.
and you can buy a $400,000 home and your payment is $2,300
Mm-hmm.
with very little down payment, it makes more sense because you are paying to the principal, and long term that property is going to be up in value.
Yeah.
So if you are paying rent, you are going to be paying a house, and you might have more protections. I mean, I do not know. There might be some things that may be worked out for tenants,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that as a tenant you are going to have 12 months without a payment.
Yeah.
So as a land,
So as long as you keep your payments close to where the rents are, it still makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense. So
Don't buy,
first
don't
time
buy
home
above
buyer-
your means, but
if you buy a $1.5 million home, I don't think that's going to be something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that we're going to see that prices at the low end of the market are going to hold a lot better
Mm-hmm.
than at the upper end of the market.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Okay.
because
What is your thoughts on if you're selling a house right now or upgrading to a bigger home or maybe downgrading? What do you think? What are your thoughts on the market with somebody doing something like that?
well, if you are upgrading on this market, and again, if you have a stable job,
Mhm.
if you have a stable income, if you're upgrading, okay. If I'm selling a property that is worth $400,000 and I'm buying a property that's worth $700,000, most likely the property that I'm going to buy is going to be at a lower price comparable
Yeah.
than the one I'm selling.
Mm-hmm.
So I will have an advantage.
Yeah.
So for the people that are selling, yes, there might be an advantage.
Yeah.
But I think that they need to go ahead and see and wait what happens especially with their job.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make sure, yes, am I going to have a job? What kind of job
Mhm.
do I do? And that's going to be based on that.
Yeah.
And the income, and again, being careful what kind of payment they can afford. That's extremely important. But if somebody owns, let's say, free and clear a $400,000 home, and they have always dreamed that they want to buy a $900,000 home, and they can put it $400,000 with a low interest rate on a $800,000 home that they might be able to buy right now for $750,000.
Yeah. It makes sense.
It makes sense to them.
in that
So it
payment.
has to be a makes sense, and I think that you as
Yeah.
real estate agents have to help them and guide them a lot. What makes sense and what doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
One thing that I will not suggest to anybody right now is, for example, and not because we do loans, is if somebody owns a property that is worth $400,000, cash out on those $400,000, leave that as a rental, and buy the other property
Mhm.
because you are overextending yourself.
Yeah.
This is the time not to
That's good
overextend
advice, right?
yourself. It's the time to go ahead and try to set your goals. Be very careful about it. Make sure that you can afford those payments and look for professional advice and think about it. Think with your family. What is my budget? What can I afford?
Mhm.
And that's very important. If you can afford, don't think, well, prices are going to get better. They are not going to get better than this. They are the lowest that they can be.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
there is a difference. A lot of people are really concerned that we're going to have a 2008, a 2007 repeat.
Mhm.
We're not.
Yeah.
And the reason is very simple. Everybody right now has a loan that is a fixed rate loan with really, really low interest rate.
Yeah.
And they have plenty of equity in the house. So their payment, usually, most of the clients that come in refinance, and they want to do something with the house, I ask them, how much is your payment? They tell me, $1,900. It's a house that will be renting for $3,000.
Yeah.
$1,800. It's a house that could be renting for $2,500.
Mhm.
$1,200. It's a house that will be renting for $2,000.
Yeah.
So usually the monthly payment that they have is a lot lower than it will be if they were renting the house.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
And
make
it
sense
may-
for
yeah.
them to let the house go because they will be going to a higher monthly payment
Yeah.
for letting the house go.
Just keep the payment.
Just keep the payment.
and you,
It's
you
the
have
lowest
to,
payment that
you have
you
to
can
live
get.
somewhere. Like
It's
that's,
the
you
lowest-
have to have a roof over your head no matter where it is. You're renting or you're owning, and that's some of the things that I've been taking on right now. Is you have to live somewhere.
That's
So
right.
you're
And
gonna-
you have to pay.
Yeah.
And I had one particular scenario, very interesting scenario. The lady was helping herself by renting rooms.
Yeah.
And well, the other alternative, by the way the payment was coming, the payment that she had to make, really, it was so low that she will not be even able to rent a room someplace else.
Yeah.
And I said, well, do you prefer to be the landlord and the owner of the house and rent one or
Mhm.
two rooms, or you prefer to be the tenant and
The
renting
tenant
room
renting out one
from
of the
somebody
rooms,
else?
yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. So you have to think on your particular scenario, what makes sense for me, what am I looking at, and don't panic. And
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things. Don't panic. Values are going to be slightly lower. Yes, they're going to be lower because there is going to be less demand because people are going to have less jobs. But again, that may entail an opportunity.
Yeah.
You might be able to buy something cheaper that you were not able to buy before.
Yeah, there's
And at a lower
opportunity right
interest
now
rate.
in this market for sure. I mean, as long as interest rates and people have stable jobs, I think you could still be able to buy a home and afford it compared to renting. So I think it makes sense. Well, thank you very much, Ricardo.
No, a pleasure. Thank you very
And,
much for the
letting,
invitation.
we'll do the elbow.
Okay.
The high five.
I forgot, yes.
We're keeping the social distance.
Yes, social distance. I
That's
forgot
it.
about it. Okay.
Have a
Thanks.
great day, you guys.
Bye.